a very, very short message from me today, but one that I think there's a decent chunk of my audience that probably need to hear and would benefit from. There is a very big difference between fullness and genuinely feeling satiated for 5 or 6 hours, let's say, until your next meal. Sometimes those things can be quite the leap apart. Why do I say this? Because I think, as I say, there's a large chunk of my audience right now who have quite a high percentage of their diet that comes from fruits and vegetables. And ordinarily, I would say, what a wonderful thing that is for health and weight loss efforts and well-being all around, eh? But there is a real risk with this way of eating because these whole plant foods, have such a low caloric density. There's a very real risk that your calorie deficit becomes way too harsh without you actually realizing this. And yes, I know it might be hard for some of you to believe, but there are, albeit a minority of people that do actually have a very aggressive calorie deficit without realize it. They are undereating without actually realizing they're undereating. That does happen. And 2, without actually being able to feel like you can do much about it, because there's only so much of these fiber-rich, water-packed, fruits and veggies you can eat. And that's where you might have to be a lot more tactical with the plates of food that you're actually assembling and get more of those starches in. Maybe get a bit more of those sort of over healthy plant fats in so you can bump up the calories without actually having to eat more volume, okay? Because fruits and veggies in particular are so voluminous for the calories that they provide. Make sense? So please remember this. Big difference between fullness and satiation. If you're struggling right now to really hit the spot, if you're having breakfast and then an hour or 2 later you're actually hungry still, or you're hungry rather again, but whilst eating breakfast you didn't really realize it, again, this can be a symptom of this way of eating. Again, this isn't something that affects everyone, but it could be affecting you right now. You might need to up the caloric density of the meals you're eating so you can stay not only full, but also satisfied on a more long-term basis over the course of the day. Make sense? Hope this serves you well in some way.